She did not deserve this. She went out to celebrate her birthday and never returned home.
This woman was left alone on the street after an argument with her friend. Late at night after her birthday celebration, she was left alone by her friends without shoes or a ride. After being turned away by an Uber driver, she trusted the kindness of a stranger and his promise to get her home safely, but she was never heard from again. Jassy Correa's 23rd birthday was on Tuesday, February 26th, so she and her friends decided to celebrate the weekend before. She made plans with her friend Asia to go clubbing. While her daughter Gabby was being watched by her grandmother, Jassy had gone out shopping that morning with her friend Nia for her birthday outfit that she'd be seen in later that night. Black high heels, an orange jumpsuit, and a denim jacket with large wings on the back. When she went out that night, she brought a little purse and her phone with her, but left her house keys at Nia's, where she was planning to stay after the night out. Asia and her friend Reggie picked up Jassy and Nia around midnight, so when they arrived at Venue nightclub in downtown Boston, the party was in full swing. The four friends ended up at a corner of a crowded bar where they had a few drinks before moving to the dance floor. This was Nia's last memory of Jassy. When the friends returned to the bar, Nia started an argument with Jassy that continued until the club closed. At this point, Jassy took her heels off and gave them to Asia to carry while they walked back to the parking garage. CCTV captured Jassy and Nia continuing to fight, but according to Asia and Reggie, Jassy was attempting to de-escalate the situation. However, Nia refused and wouldn't enter the car with them. Asia wanted to leave Nia behind, but Jassy wasn't upset with her friend's behavior, but was only concerned for Nia's safety. So Asia and Reggie drove off, leaving Jassy and Nia to call an Uber, and also accidentally taking Jassy's shoes with them, so she was left barefoot, and Nia walked off angry by herself. That was the last time any of her friends saw Jassy alive. She never made it back to Nia's apartment that night, and when Nia woke up, she tried calling Jassy, but there was no answer. All of her friends tried contacting her the next few days, but she never returned their calls.
She's always with me. For her to be missing for those couple of days and I don't hear anything, I knew something was wrong.
The afternoon of her birthday, the 26th, Nia and Jassy's father officially reported her missing.
Somebody have my daughter. Call me or call the police department, Boston, or anybody.
The police began investigating the area outside the club where they used CCTV footage to track her last movements. They found the moment Nia had left her alone on the sidewalk with no shoes. She asked an Uber to use her app to hire him, but he wanted to be hired as an Uber XL to earn more money. When she disagreed and pushed her out of the car. This is when she's approached by another man, 32-year-old Louis D. Coleman III, who held her by both hands for nearly a minute while talking to her on the sidewalk. She clearly searches around for her friend Nia, but unable to find her, agrees to leave with the stranger. A series of security cameras capture him walking with her, then giving her a piggyback ride. Then further down the street, she agrees to get in his car. Investigators were able to match the security footage of Louis that night to the image of his ID taken by the bouncer. Now knowing who he was, they used the location data stored in his cell phone to discover what happened after he drove away with Jassy. He drove to the other side of the street and remained stationary with the headlights off for 12 minutes. Then he turned them back on and drove away. Surveillance footage showed when he came across two police cars with their lights flashing, he backed up the way he had come. 2 hours after he first met Jassy, he finally arrived back at his residence in Providence. Boston police set out to perform a search on his apartment, but they were unable to enter the building. Investigators then searched through his apartment's security cameras, where they discovered footage of Louis dragging Jassy's body through the lobby. They also discovered footage of Louis purchasing various suspicious materials, such as a gasoline can, suitcase, duct tape, and surgical gloves. Police also found footage from that morning that showed Louis wheeling a large suitcase towards his car and struggling to lift into the trunk before driving off. The police utilized Louis's OnStar location tracker to find and intercept him where he was driving in Delaware.
Is there anybody else in the car? Yeah. Yes. Where? Where in the car?
In the trunk, they found the suitcase, and inside, Jassy's body. Louis was immediately arrested, yet no one can explain what his motivation was. Many speculate that he killed Jassy, most likely because she rejected him. Louis ultimately was found guilty of kidnapping, resulting in death, and sentenced to life in prison. If you or a loved one is a victim of sexual assault, please reach out to the RAINN hotline for help.